In 1 Thessalonians 2:4, the Apostle Paul writes this: "On the contrary, we speak as those approved by God and entrusted with the gospel. We are not trying to please people, but God who tests our hearts." Well, Paul makes a really important point about our lives of faith and about ministry here. He says our primary goal as people of faith is not to please other people, but to seek to please God. Now, of course, we'd like to do both whenever possible, and we don't want to be unconcerned or uncaring about other people, but our primary goal as people of faith is to please God. Yet for most of us, as much as we might like to think it's maybe not the case, the reality is we care an awful lot about what other people think about us and what we do and the decisions that we make. And in fact, it can be pretty easy for us to make pleasing other people the most important thing to us. But when we become essentially people pleasers, it leads to real problems. Because for one thing, often what people want from us are things that are not pleasing to God, not honoring to God. They may want those things from us, want us to do those kinds of things, or things that just simply aren't God's call for a particular situation. People are often also really fickle about what it is that they want. They say they want one thing, and then we give them that thing, and in reality, they've changed their mind and they want something else. And it can be very stressful for us, can really wear us down, out and tear us down, trying to make everyone happy and please everyone. Because the truth is, you really can't please everyone. One of the great myths of leadership and of decision making is that you'll go out there, you'll make good decisions, and everybody will get on board with those good decisions. But the truth about leadership and decision making is often you're faced with the decision between A and B, and half the people want A and half the people want B, and whatever you choose, some portion of the people are simply not going to be happy with the decision that you've made. So the truth is that being a people pleaser, well, it really doesn't work. But when we make God and knowing Him our goal, it brings us much more joy, much more happiness than we could ever find in trying to please other people. God is the one, after all, who knows our hearts. God is the one, after all, that we'll actually have to answer to. We can't please everyone. We can't do everything, but what we can do is be faithful. And that should be our goal, to please God. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what other people think of us. What matters is hearing God say to us, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."